Okay, I'm just going to fade that song out now as I'm joined on the line by Robin Tilbrook, who is the chairman and founder of the English Democrats. Very good afternoon, morning actually, Robin.
Hello, Fran. Happy St George's Day.
Yeah, and to you as well. Now, that's what we're here to discuss, and the concern that English people are ashamed to be proud of where they come from. So, first of all, can you start by telling us what the research says about people's attitudes towards St George's Day here in our area?
Yes. Well, the percentage of people who don't know when St George's Day is 53%. And the percentage of people who don't actually celebrate St George's Day, 89%. And the percentage of people who are proud of England's National Day, 23%. And the percentage of people who know the history behind St George's Day, 15%.
Wow, they are incredible statistics. I wouldn't have thought it was so low. So there's kind of no celebration at all then for this National Day.
Well, basically, where we are with St George's Day is that there are a number of mostly privately organised events dotted around across England, but very few events that are officially organised, and very little coverage of those events. So we're in a sort of situation where St George's Day is sort of not officially supported very much, and in fact, in many places, rather officially discouraged. So that's what these figures are. That's the context in which these figures have been shown to be the results of the opinion poll that we've done.
And it's very sad as well. So why do you think it is then that St George's Day doesn't enjoy the same popularity as perhaps its Irish counterpart, which has huge celebrations in America and, internationally as well?
Yes, well, I mean, of course, St Patrick's Day has official support not only in Ireland, but in many English local authorities. The money that's given to help celebrate St Patrick's Day is dwarfs anything that's given towards St George's Day. And of course, St Patrick's Day has the advantage that Guinness Brewery in particular has spent many millions of pounds on encouraging the celebration of St Patrick's Day, whereas in England, virtually the only brewery who's put on any effort for St George's Day this year is the Wells Brewery with Bombardier beer.
So there's a lack of support then from the industries and from particularly, like you said, beer. I mean, that must raise huge awareness for it, the fact that Guinness is so much behind St Patrick's Day, and then St George's Day is kind of just left behind, isn't it?
It is, and I think that's a shame, but it's sort of part of the way the country is being run at the moment. We've got an issue of whether England's to be broken up into regions, which is the official policy, rather than being celebrated as a proud and historic nation, which, after all, was the remark that Tony Blair made when he was saying that the Scots should have their own parliament.
Absolutely. Now, the research has shown that English people are shying away from their nationality. So why do you think it is that English people are not as comfortable with celebrating their nationality compared to people from Ireland, Scotland or Wales?
Yes, I'm not sure it's about our nationality. The interesting thing is that in the 2011 census results, we had statistical results that rather shocked and dismayed many in the British political establishment, because it turned out that over 60%, that's more than 32 million people, said that they were English only. And less than 30% said that they were in any sense British. So the English are headed in the direction that's already happened in Scotland and Wales, and obviously when the Scots regard themselves as Scottish and the Welsh regard themselves as Welsh, it makes sense that the English feel they can't be British all on their own, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you encourage people to do then on this St George's Day today?
Well, we English Democrats do encourage people in England to be flying the cross of St George, to be wearing their red rose, and go out there and basically enjoy themselves and celebrate.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds like fine advice, I must be honest.
Yes.
I know that the research suggests there's a lack of English pride in this country, as you said. But how's our knowledge then when it comes to English heritage and history?
Yeah, well, I think that part of the problem is that, of course, in English schools, our children are not being taught about England and English history and Englishness. If you went to a Scottish school, you'd be taught about Scottishness and about Scottish history and encouraged to be proud of your country. But in England, what's being taught is about Britain and Britishness, we are up against the fact that the official policy is really against the celebration of England and Englishness, and obviously that's part of the reason why we're campaigning in the coming EU elections.
And, well, as we all know, there's been the huge tour of Prince William and Catherine recently. Well, hopefully that'll be bolstering people's sense of pride to be English and the royal family.
Yes, I mean, to be fair, I think the royal family is a symbol of Britishness, really, rather than Englishness, isn't it? But I'm sure people in New Zealand have been extremely pleased with the tour, and it seems to have gone very well, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And finally, Robin, where can people then go for more information about this?
Yes, thank you. Our website is www.englishdemocrats.org. And as I say, we will be standing in the EU elections, so people should see more of us during the course of that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for talking to us today on BRFM, and happy St. George's Day.
Yes, happy St. George's Day to you too, and also to your listeners.
Lovely. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.